Hi, this is a meal that I just finished preparing. And this is totally from nature. Everything here is completely and totally from nature, as are we. So, in order to partake of this meal, what do we need? Some people will say, I need a knife and fork. Some people will say, I need chopsticks. But others who have been trained in digestion and to eat will say to you, accurately, I need to prepare myself for this meal. There was a time when we used to do that. Do you know we used to dress up for meal times? And it was a formal occasion. And the entire family came together, or friends, or we visited others, and we all ate together. In fact, in the 18th and 19th centuries, it was the big, except for masquerade balls and things like that, it was the big dress up occasion every day, was dinner time, and we would wash ourselves for dinner, prepare ourselves for dinner, and partake of a whole ritual around it. Nowadays, I see people just throwing things in their mouth as they are typing away on their devices or in cars. I see this happening a lot when people are driving. It's sad. I find it sad because our digestive system has responded to this, has reacted to this. And there are too many people who are ill mentally, physically, emotionally, yes, even emotionally, because of not just poor digestion, but even indigestion. In other words, most foods are not being digested. It means you will not be able to digest this. If you are truly and completely enveloped in something else while you are partaking of this, one is very disrespectful to nature and to the food, and it's totally and completely disrespected to yourself. You know what fascinates me about the digestive system? It's actually intact. It starts in the mouth, it goes through the rest of the body. It is completely enclosed. It doesn't come in contact with anything else. It's right, goes straight through us, all the way to the anus. And digestion occurs along this entire path. But the most important part of digestion is in the mouth. This is where we have control about our digestion. This is where we have control about the nourishment that's in our bodies. And this is where we have control over the processes of all the processes of our body, because all the processes of our body are dependent on the nutrients they get, and the nutrients they get come from digestion or lack of it or indigestion. So it's interesting that I remember I used to study with Thich Nhat Hanh, who I adore. And he was teaching that the universe and the trees, when we're walking, actually they eavesdrop on our thoughts. But do you know that your cells also eavesdrops on your thoughts? Your thoughts around food, whether it's, oh, I hate this, I can't stand it, I don't want to have anything to do with this, or this is yucky, or this is not for me, whatever, your cells respond in kind to it. So the first part of the digestion happens in the mouth. This is where the ptyalin is. We also have a lipase here that digests saturated fats, such as coconut oil. And these are the only two things that get digested in the mouth. We do not digest protein. In fact, protein has to be changed into amino acids, and that happens in the stomach. So before it gets to the stomach, though, it has to be chewed properly. You know, our teeth are the only bones that are external that we can see, because they're that important. And they are not actually being treated the way they need to. We put mercury in them. We do root canals. I suggest you look up the dangerous root canals, by the way. We also do not prepare ourselves for the meals. In other words, we do not wash ourselves. We do not change our mindset. For example, if you're angry and you're eating, or you're attempting to eat, you're not really eating. All you do is shoveling more anger down and inside of you, and your digestive system does respond in kind. So instead of doing that, what I am suggesting here is that you in all your magnificence and glory, come forth, bring yourself, uplift yourself to the food. If this food is able to come to you in all of its beauty, all of its glory, shouldn't you do likewise? Shouldn't you give to it and gift yourself to it, just as it has gifted itself to you? What is the purpose of this gifting itself to you if you do not, in kind, bring a gift of your own, which is yourself? You're the greatest gift you can give to yourself, much more than this food, much more than ice cream, much more than a piece of birthday cake. If you really want to celebrate yourself, do that every day around food. Bring yourself fully to the food. Bring your whole essence, the truth of who you are, and partake of it mindfully, gratefully, and abundantly by dressing up for it, combing your hair for it, putting on jewelry if necessary. If you are a man and it's cold and it's chilly, put on a jacket, maybe even a tie for your food. But you'll be shocked to see the difference in you and how you approach the food if you do that. We used to do that. And we do not anymore. Now I see people throwing things down their throat and saying, I eat healthy. I got a green smoothie this morning. But how did they actually approach that green smoothie? Did they approach the green smoothie with reverence and with a sense of the sacredness of all of those greens and the fruits that went into it? All of the farm laborers who strove in their behalf, and all of the farmers who gave so much of themselves to make sure that their farms would actually end up growing this, and and all the organic farmers and biodynamic farmers who need to go up against all of the politics of food these days. Do we give gratitude to them? Do we ever try to go to the farmers market and thank them? Do we join CSAs and thank them? CSAs are community supported agriculture, if you don't know what it is, and you get a box each week, and it's a mystery box. You don't know what's in it. It depends on what's available at the farm that week. And you will find yourself with an absolute box full or basket full of tremendous abundance from the earth. But you need to bring the tremendous abundance that is you also to approach this food. So don't just look at the plate and say, I want to eat that, or whoa, that looks delicious. No, bring yourself. Ask yourself, what am I willing to bring to this meal? Who am I bringing to this meal? And it's wonderful if you start eating by yourself first, because you're able to practice this and eat more mindfully. You need to chew. The first thing where you have to do is chew your food. And we eat with all of our tastes. And I'm going to be doing another video on that in greater detail. But first, I'm just asking you to be aware of how you present yourself to the food, to the farmers, to all the unseen and invisible hands that touched it, that helped put it, stock it, that helped to schlep it to us, the long trips that it's made with the trucks and the cars and the carts and any animals that might have been involved in bringing it to you, the donkeys, whatever. Give thanks, be grateful, and approach your food with mindfulness and with gratitude, and take part in your meals. Don't just ask the meal to do for you what you are not willing to do for yourself. So, until next time, this is Doreet. Be mindful, be grateful, be plentiful, be abundant with your love to yourself. Thanks. Please click the subscribe button if you'd like more, or just like the video if it's to your liking. And thank you so much for showing up today for yourself. Until next time.